The second heart shift is to not respond in like. This is kind of like not sinking to a lower level, or two wrongs don't make a right. God says it in lots of different ways. He says it in 1 Peter 3:9, Romans 12:17, Romans 12:21, and in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 15. You've already addressed the problem by voicing what you didn't like and how you feel. This is where you separate. You separate you from him. It's a boundary between his words and actions, the things that belong to him, and your feelings and emotions, things that belong to you. How you feel, not how he made you feel. Your feelings and emotions are yours to be responsible for. I always wanted him to not hurt me so that I wouldn't feel hurt or feel pain or feel bad. Do you see? In a roundabout way, I wanted him to mature and take all the responsibility to not cause me any pain so that I wouldn't have to take responsibility for my own emotions and feelings by looking inside myself. This is a complete lack of boundaries. You cannot be gracious without them. Femininity has this responsibility to hold her peace instead of returning evil for evil. It's the power found in graciousness instead of fighting dirty. Nobody can make you argue, nor can this man force you to mirror good back to him when he's being a bad husband to you. It's a choice you make to resist offensive or hurtful actions instead of absorbing them. At this point in most conflicts, you still don't know whether you're dealing with a difficult husband or a dangerous man yet. In either case, though, the mindset of graciousness is still the same. Graciousness is defined as kindness and warm courtesy filled with tact and propriety. Like discretion, graciousness isn't something you learn how to respond with. It's something you grow in. Like Jesus grew in stature in Luke 2:52, before he was led into the wilderness and before he was tempted. He didn't learn in the midst of a present conflict from Satan. Jesus was able to handle himself already. We have to learn how to handle our own femininity graciously so that we can live in a protected way in our boundaries. If you're married to a wolf, talking and continuing to engage in conflict means you're literally throwing your pearls before swine. There can be no resolution to any conflict. Hurting you more is the point of the conflict. I had no tact or propriety. The proof was in the consistent conflicts and fights. Jesus never lost himself in the midst of a trial, though. He was peaceful, patient, and truthful. These are fruit from the Spirit. The first thing to note is that it wasn't Jesus that was instigating. He wasn't on the offensive. The second thing to note is what the final outcome was when Jesus responded with tact and propriety. Luke 4:18 says that Satan left him. Graciousness diffuses conflict so that you don't lose your peace and composure of who you are in Christ. Graciousness taught me that there's no truth that can't be voiced with love, kindness, and compassion. And that includes the truth about how I feel.